Silicon Valley oozes confidence, and Marone Gribbets, founder of wearable startup Meta, contributes his fair share.
I want to change the way we use computers, and I think I have a really compelling vision of the future. A lot of people are buying into it.
This is Gribbets' future-forward device, Meta Spaceglasses, a pair of augmented reality specs that layer digital information and content that users can manipulate over their field of vision.
Meta, in analogy, has a stereoscopic pair of glasses with a projector that projects to each eye, allowing for a 3D screen that wraps around the entire world. And the analogy to the mouse and keyboard is this camera that can track the edges of your fingers and their location in space at really high dexterity and low latency.
In a video highlighting how the glasses might be used, Meta presents a mind-boggling world where free-floating virtual shapes can be molded, then actually produced with 3D printers. And details like names and job titles pop up as you meet people. Watching this, it's easy to be awed, yet also hard not to be skeptical. But during a recent visit to their makeshift headquarters in the Los Altos Hills, we experienced some of these demos firsthand.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, look, you can step back.
With backing from venture fund Y Combinator, Meta is off to a strong start. It's received pre-orders from 1,300 developers that want to get their hands on the glasses.
Architects looking to create 3D models collaboratively. That'll be the first collaborative computer. There are surgeons who want to track CAT scans to the body and sort of rotate them with their hands in 3D as they perform surgery, because their hands are bloody so they couldn't touch an iPad. I mean, there's so many use cases that are coming in and surprising us.
Meta's success will in part hinge on a robust app store, and there are other non-trivial hurdles.
The prototype is a bit on the bulky side, but Meta's goal is to shrink down the technology so that ultimately the device is the size of a pair of Ray-Bans.
All this reminded us of another tech company's wearable device, Google Glass, though Gribbets doesn't see the similarities.
We're not competing with a multi-billion-dollar company. They create a very different type of device than ours. So their device is what I call a notification machine, okay? It's a small screen in the corner of your eye that you can only interact with your voice or by swiping the side of your head.
Meta bills its device as a natural machine that's more intuitive.
We use the thing that has evolved to manipulate your environment, namely your hand, and it's just so much more immersive than Google Glass. So I think it's going to bear different use cases.
From its home base, Meta has sweeping views of Silicon Valley.
You have little Apple over there in the distance, little Google over there. We could see all the way to San Francisco.
A perspective that inspires Gribbets and reminds him exactly what he's up against. In San Francisco, I'm Sumi Das, CNET for CBS News.